Why, hello there. Welcome to Drakewind Falls. I'm your Drakewind, James. It's been a spell, but thankfully, one of us learned Counterspell when we went to level 7 at the end of episode 13. It's been a while. Thanks for joining us, coming back. Always lovely to see you and have you join us for new episodes here during RPG Week. This is the Known World United, and this is Drakewind Falls, an ongoing D&D adventure set in the wonderful world that we have created using the one and only Ben Robbins microscope. When last we left our intrepid adventurers, they were screwing with a poor, helpless kobold. As they are
What?
What? No, that's completely false.
Untrue.
Totally false.
I mean, it's half true.
How Frank remembers that. Just read it as tonight. Whatever. You shaggy. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. Anyway, we'll go around. I'd love for everybody to introduce themselves. Tell, like, a little bit, for folks that are coming back in and for folks that don't remember, a little bit about yourself, a little bit about what's happened so far, and then maybe your favorite little bit from our last little kobold adventure with the wyvern. So we will go in counterclockwise order, as is our fashion, starting with Gordon.
Close. I'm Nate.
So close.
Your D&D ringer playing Horton Abernathy, Owlin Wizard. Tiny, innocent Owlin Wizard man, boy thing. Yeah, and I just enjoyed that my last note on our last episode basically says Highland fucks with Frank. And I mean, that just sums up all the fun.
Frank deserved it.
True.
Frank got his just desserts. And in my pocket toast.
Alas. Warrior.
Oh, okay. I'm Warrior. I play on this channel in 2 different games. This one, as well as Down in Outlands, where I play a rambunctious little gift child named Monty and a dead gnoll came back. He's thriving though. Let's see. Here I play Highland, a very chill Minotaur Draconic bloodline sorcerer who leveled up to 7 on time. And let's see, what's the basics. He is a reluctant adventurer. He's not an adventurer, but he's reluctantly participating. He has a sweet dragon crystal that's definitely endangering his life. And last time, he got a cool ring and had almost a conversation with his mom. So, see what happens there.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about that ring, Highland.
So the group here, this party people, defeated a wyvern or a drake. Was it a drake or a wyvern? I can't remember. A wyvern. It had the stinger. It was a wyvern. Wyvern. And sorry, that was a little bit Nandor. Wyvern. And the horde that this wyvern had accumulated had a bound ring in it. It was wrapped up in some cloth that was very familiar to Highland. It was something that his family had made for his mom to take with her on adventures to remind her of home and stay warm, because he comes from a very cold place, like the back of Volkswagen. And no, it didn't work. It's been like 2 months. I'm a little off.
It worked for me, dude.
And
Nate loved it.
Nate was like, I can see it. Anyway, he tried this ring on, and he had a really weird
What
trip.
is going on?
What's going on? What? What?
What is happening?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is it better now?
It seems
I
fine
don't-
to me.
Nothing was weird for
Nothing's been
us.
happening. Are you just
Everybody
fucking with us?
was spinning, and then we all came back at once.
Oh, that was on you.
Yeah, none of us saw that except you.
So I was just freaking out then.
It's cool.
Yeah.
We were all like, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, he had he put the ring on and had a really weird trip. And his kind of. And he saw his mom. His mom said Highland, and then he woke back up. So we'll see what happens. Further adventures with the ring today, right now, in a few minutes.
Yeah. All right, Fern.
Oh, I was wondering. I was like, is it gonna be my turn next? Because I'm not.
Yeah,
doing
no,
that.
Sorry about that, gang.
It's okay.
It's your turn, and tell us more.
I'm
Okay.
bigger. I didn't know I was small.
I'm Christy. I'm playing Fern. I'm a half elf sorcerer cleric. I have my super fun Drake / giant dog Nico. We hang out. I feel like my favorite part of last session was the shockingly detailed pitch for Frank's Hotel.
Villas.
Just kept somehow becoming more expensive and less inclusive. It was pretty great.
There are beds and breakfast. Technically, B&B.
Well, then there wasn't breakfast at the end, so
Only
really-
because you treated me poorly.
I see. Makes sense.
That wins. All right, Becker.
All right. I'm Joel. I'm playing Becker Stokes, the human fighter cleric, who last time got to do his best Steve Irwin impersonation. Grabbing a big lizard by the head and pinning it to the ground.
You're not wrong.
And I play in this game, and that's about it.
When you play in another game now, it's just not streamed.
Yeah. Nobody can watch.
Nobody can watch. It's secret. Secret.
Oh, I'm sure that they'd love to watch.
I mean, they could just stand outside the window and watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whose window? It's a lot of windows to be at one time.
We can put the
Keep
address
trying
in
until you
chat.
find one.
That's some Santa Claus shit.
Gosh.
You know I love it.
Santa Claus shit.
Hello. Santa Claus shit. Santa Claus shit. All right. Like I said, when last we left our intrepid adventurers, we were trying to decide what we were going to do as we adventured on. There was some discussion of going deeper into the maw itself. There was some conversation about potentially heading back to town and hawking wares or other very fun things. But yeah, what are you all thinking? You've just
I
been
thought
hit
we more
by
or less
Frank.
decided we were going to the mall. But
Yeah,
maybe that is incorrect.
We had decided to go to the maw, and then there were some pocket toast. You could say shenanigans, but miracles, really.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
That's
that was kind of
right.
where that was like the sort of the high point where we left things before we departed, because it was the next morning, and that
It
was
the
breakfast.
next morning. Yeah.
Because the aforementioned breakfast had not been.
Okay.
Well, I mean, geez,
You could just call it bed.
what's so demanding is people staying in a B&B run by.
It wasn't a good B&B, but it
You stay in Frank's
was a
bed.
B&B.
was the rest?
Frank's bed. There's no breakfast. It's just Frank's bed.
Frank's bed.
You
But like
stay at
Voltron.
Frank's bed and eat Frank's bread.
Why not? One third of roof.
Bread in
Just
bed.
fine.
No breakfast.
There's just a sign that says Frank's B&B with the second B.
Yeah.
Frank's B.
Frank's B.
Frank's B.
Stop on by. Oh God, I kind of love that actually. That might be even better. All right, so you guys are going to adventure deeper into the Dragon's Maw. So let's see, who's been around Drakewind Falls the longest, Horton or Highland?
Not Frank.
Drakewind. Well, Highland.
Drakewind Falls. How long did he spend there? How many years was he in college / how
So
long has he
many.
been back? Because
That's the
Horton's
question.
only so old.
Mhm.
Highland. It's probably been about. Took at least a gap year. Like he probably. It's probably been like 10 plus years, like on the low end of 10 plus, like 11, 12, since Highland has set foot in Drakewind, since he first set foot at Drakewind Academy.
Okay, and Horton, how old are you?
Horton is 18.
Oh.
While sheltered, he is 18. So
All right, so why don't you guys each roll me? Why don't you each roll me a history check, and let's explore a little bit. Explore a little bit about the Maw and think about kind of what you guys have heard.
Good old pal Highland got a 21.
well, you beat my 13.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you guys have heard a lot of kind of tall tales about the Maw. It's one of the reasons I think that probably drew you here in the first place, Highland. For Horton, everything that you've heard about the Maw has been pretty negative. For you,
Aw.
it's the place that caused the kind of downfall of the falls. In your grandmother's opinion, it's been a really hard period to live in the falls as things have been changing since the revelation. For you, Highland, it's always been a curiosity, and I think that maybe no more time than now, after the experience you had with the Wyvern and the ring, do you kind of have this this interest in kind of delving deeper? You guys all recognize the power of the crystals that you have now, and by now I think that you've all probably worked out what they are. The question is, where's the last crystal?
Does Becker
know
actually
that
know what
there's-
his does?
What's that?
Does Becker actually know what his does other than
It
ruins his
attacks
life?
me.
Well, I think that despite Becker's taste for it, I think that he's not a foolish man, and he can probably. I don't think he's a foolish man. Do you think he is, Highland?
No, that's just what my face looks like.
Oh. It's just what my face looks like.
Mine as a person. So yeah,
I miss you guys a lot.
we played Chaos Scar. My screen froze for a minute, and I could still hear them, and they were all like, "He looks very stoic."
That's amazing.
I would say it's a little column A, a little column B. He pretty much knows what it is,
Mhm.
but it's not like he has bonded with it like the rest of y'all.
Yeah.
He just knows it's an asshole and it's in a metal container, so it can't bite him anymore.
So, Highland, you you kind of know the history generally of this being a somewhat cursed place. That it used to be the Drakewind Hearth. Horton, you have kind of the whole rundown, right? You know that this black dragon decimated the Hearth, which was already kind of a place of refuge for people that had left the Falls. And that this Hearth creates a lot of the diaspora of people going out and settling different places on this continent, and also exploring the Dragon's Tail, which is the archipelago that goes kind of stretches southwest of the continent. The cave network, as you have come to know, is been inhabited by various clans of goblinoids, and that the kind of broken ruins of this place that used to be a thriving community have become a thriving community once more, and they've renamed it the Maw. And so the kind of entirety of the history that happened during last year's Extra Life is that the Drake Wardens, who protect the falls and kind of relight this beacon using the draconic breath of each of their respective drakes, failed to relight the beacon when they were betrayed by one of their own. And the intonation that Horton, you've kind of lived with growing up in Highland, that you've kind of learned during your time there, is that this is kind of an incomplete story, and that there are members that you have not met of this cabal. And Fern, like you heard from our good apothecary friend, that there seems to be more to all of this than is present in the stories, particularly around Lady Fandlin and your bloodline, and their relationship to some of the individuals that were kind of part of the Cult of the Dragon, which has split into two factions. Horton, you are kind of telling this to everybody as you're kind of like walking towards the Maw. Highland, you're kind of like adding in a little bit here and there. Some of it kind of folklore, some of it maybe a good-hearted embellishment, and some of it from the stories that you heard during your time in Bolstros. But there are two factions in the Maw, and the Cult of the Dragon itself has one that follows the old path, which is really focused on raising and worshiping undead dragons. And then there's one that followed a new path, which is saying that like none of these dragons or the kind of draconic beings in general can be fulfilled until they summon Tiamat and her legion back to the prime material plane. A lot of the lore, Horton, that you're really into, kind of reading old stories about this, is that Tiamat was trapped there by some of the kind of earliest kind of ancestors of the kind of original Drake Wardens. And really the kind of old path of kind of raising and worshiping undead dragons versus what Drakewind Falls did, which is kind of nurture a relationship with these kind of draconic beings. A lot of these kind of old paths were either killed or imprisoned or just left to starve to death. And then the rest basically joined this new faction and swore fealty. And so all of this is pretty heavy to kind of stir up again, because there's a lot riding on what's happened in this place, and people really haven't been back to kind of dive deeper. It's kind of taboo to be spending time at the Maw, And you could guess if you had to, your grandmother would not be super pleased by here. Not just for your safety, but also for the reputation of the Abernathy roost. Yes. Aw. Joel, you're dedicating arms now? I didn't know that. Doesn't that cost extra life? Come on, man. Think about the kids. Donate for those arms to be ripped off. Woo, 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 woo.
Ripping arms for the sick.
Yeah. Donate $20 to me, and I'll give them as many arms to rip off as you want to see, Shaggy. No witnesses. Yeah, we're super spiked.
Hashtag war crimes.
No. Torture, war crimes. I think arm ripping is just incidental. That was in the heat of combat.
Just
Right?
happens.
Yeah.
Just happens sometimes.
I mean, it could be in the heat of combat, but sometimes it's after combat, just for fun.
Well, I mean, being engaged in combat versus being out of combat but still fighting. Who's to say?
Yeah.
Higher power than I. So yeah, tell me about Deal Beard. Love it. Thank you. All right, so yeah, tell me a little bit about what your plan is for going into the maw. You've been to the Wyvern's lair. You kind of fantastically dispatched it, as well as picking up some booty and changing Frank into maybe someone who thinks that people are talking to him in his head. Besides his good friend Gordon whatever, or Gordon Close Enough. Man, what a good friend. Yeah, how do you guys want to proceed? Is this are we talking like snatch and grab, or are we talking about just like spelunking? Or are we talking about how careful are we being as we're heading to the maw? What's
Did we
plan?
learn anything about that wyvern? Like what its jam was, where it came from?
Yeah.
Know that the wyvern set up after a red dragon that had been there that is rumored to have been killed by an adventurer, or an adventuring party was killed. And so it kind of left a bit of a power structure space in there. Also some of its hoard. As you learn from Skrizik and his lot, including your good friend Frank, you know that a lot of those riches have been displaced, and the he kind of fashions himself as a mayor. The mayor was angry that he didn't get some of those spoils from that adventurer, and so he has been taxing basically all adventurers that are bringing anything back and staying at that kind of outpost before kind of making your way to the maw. And so that's been kind of some of the politics that have played into it. That's not necessarily something that's governed by any higher power, except for the kind of self-appointed mayor. So yeah.
I like that wyverns are like the parasitic nesters of the dragon world, where they're like, don't build their own nest. They like wait and steal somebody else's hoard.
Right. It's like
jerks.
Fucking seagull ass wyvern.
I like good seagull vibes from the wyvern. That's funny.
I feel like Highland wouldn't have much of a plan going in. I don't think he has really any idea what to expect in there. Like everything he's heard about it, he's mostly learned from school and happened a long time ago. So they say, okay, well, yeah, Goblinoids over there. Well, I mean, they did, like when you wrote this history book. What have you done for me lately? And so I feel like, and he's not like an adventurer, so I feel like he'd want to like go in and be like reasonably careful, but also kind of his nature is, as we saw at the campsite, is to sort of walk in like he's comfortable in a place and belongs there, and until someone tells him otherwise. So I think that's probably what he'd be inclined to do. But
Sure.
Yeah. Keeping it cash.
Keeping it cash, keeping it loose.
Totally cash. All right. Well, then let's just dig in. The maw has a good deal of daylight that kind of penetrates pretty deeply, but you can see from the kind of outset, it's going to get dark pretty quick, and so you're going to have to find a way to light your way through, because I know that not all of you have dark vision. All right, I just need to.
We also have the drift globe now too.
You do have the drift globe now.
I have a dude for that. So
You do.
Light dude.
You do
Yeah.
have a dude.
I have a dude for that. So
Tell us about the dude, Highland.
well, Highland knows the Dancing Lights cantrip, which is most well known in TTRPG circles as making globules in a German accent. But instead of making globules in a German accent, you can also make it humanoid shaped. So, yeah, aren't you going to make a light dude? It's like it can be non-gender specific. I mean, like Highland made a dude, But
Yeah, dude, DOOD.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever happens.
I'd like to think of
He's
dude
probably
as a
probably
gender-neutral term.
Island's actually probably like a duder guy,
Yeah.
But yeah, the light does abide. That sounds very cleric-y.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
All right. So, as you kind of continue to, so tell me exactly how you guys are going to light. Are you dancing lights and drift globe? Are you torching it all? What's your marching order, and how are you lighting
Is
yourselves?
Highland the only one of us that does
Shut
not
up.
have dark vision, right?
Shut up. Highland will have light dude. They'll be holding hands, as they are wont to do. And if anyone else wants to do their own light thing, that's cool. He's not gonna harsh that vibe. He's just like, hey, I know I'm the one who needs this, so I will supply my own supply. Duder.
Becker will cast Continual Flame on one of his hammers.
Okay.
And use that as a torch. And I can go first in the marching order.
All right, so Becker is going to lead you into the maw. The maw, in general, is a series of kind of naturally occurring limestone cavern complexes. They're pretty ordained with stalactites, stalagmites. There's also flow stones. The ceilings are generally about 15 feet high, and the reason it's called the maw is there's a kind of entrance as you get deeper into the darkness where the light starts to fade, and it looks like stalactites and stalagmites, like kind of opening that you pass through it. Most of the kind of walls and floors of these caverns are pretty flat. There's no kind of huge kind of undulation in the kind of topography that you're kind of moving through. Pretty typical kind of moss and kind of fungi growing on the walls, especially in the kind of wider caverns that have either enough light that kind of pierces down into the space, or if they have kind of punches up through the rest of the kind of ceilings in the limestone. Otherwise, if you're not kind of adjacent to light, you're in total darkness. As you move kind of in Further, Highland, your kind of silhouetted dancing light kind of reaches up and kind of points, and you can see this kind of thin kind of bead of light illustrating something in the distance. Why don't you guys make me well, Highland and Becker, you're kind of near the front, so why don't you guys make me either investigation or arcana checks?
Okay. 11.
Becker, how about you?
If Highland doesn't know, I definitely don't know.
Okay.
Oh no.
So you guys can get in closer. As you're kind of walking closer and that beam of light is illuminating this, you can start to pick up faint sounds that are that sound just like dripping water. Every once in a while, you're picking up some, rats or other vermin kind of skittering across the surface of the limestone. And Horton, you especially are picking up that there are kind of mysterious cold drafts of cavern air that kind of move through some of these passages you're heading down. The closer you get, Horton, Fern, you start to recognize that what the bright dude was actually pointing to was a series of stakes that are kind of strapped around some of the stalagmites, and atop of these look like the shape of Frank and Skrizik's head. And your best guess is that these are cobalt skulls.
Well, that's not great. Do you guys see those skulls up there?
Man, did you guys notice that this cave entrance looks like a mouth? I think that's why they call it that. Well,
Could
I
be.
think it might be.
Probably.
makes sense. I didn't believe it when I read about it, but
That makes sense.
it makes sense. I get it. Yeah, those look like skulls. That's gross, and scary, and sad.
I wonder what put those there.
It's not like a thing wyverns do typically.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they.
I don't think
they
any
look-
of us probably really know.
Do they look old?
Why don't you make an investigation check?
CSI it.
Enhance.
It's one better, 12.
Excellent.
Like CSI Miami level work. What is this?
Hope a 5 and a 6.
Yeah, that totally checks out. You feel like this has probably been done. Some of them look a lot older, and some of them look kind of grisly and fresh.
Oh, it's real. Just real menagerie of expiration dates here. Some must still be around.
Something
That's
that
not-
enjoys the spice of life.
What?
That's not Frank, is it?
Well, no, probably not. I mean,
He offered the wrong person that Frank's
I mean-
deal.
man, I don't want to get too graphic here, but like we saw Frank when we left, so someone would have had to sneak in there, kill Frank, beat us here,
Strip his flesh off of his
strip his
skull.
flesh off his skull, and put it on a stick before we got here. So
And if
I
nothing's
hope
in this cave, we should
I hope-
leave.
I hope that isn't Frank for 2 reasons now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go closer and check to see if any of them are indeed Frank.
All right. Why don't you make me an
Really
investigation check?
invested in the life of this specific kobold.
Frank, is that you?
8.
Yeah, can you psychically ask the skull?
Becker, you don't believe this is Frank, but mostly because Highland's just laid out a pretty clear thing. You're kind of like, I don't know, but I don't think so.
He's just going to look back and be like, it's definitely not Frank.
Horton, why don't you make me a survival check? So while Becker is kind of taking a look, Horton, you can kind of fly up a little bit and get a bit of perspective.
That's a 10.
Not a lot of perspective. You do see that there seems to be pretty fresh footprints here that aren't yours. So you imagine that there is some traffic here, at least on a weekly basis, if not kind of more often. And there's definitely, kind of footprints around these spaces and from where you came and deeper into the mall.
Well, there's at least people coming here every once in a while. How big are the footprints?
That's a good question.
Do I know?
They look like kind of small humanoids, and maybe a couple of large humanoids.
But they are all humanoid in shape.
They are all humanoid in shape. There is a kind of, you notice that there is a kind of trail that kind of moves back and forth, kind of ambles through this. It almost looks like something was dragged kind of along as well.
Looks like they were dragging something, but I think they were walking single file. I can't tell how many there were.
Yes. To hide that.
All right. Well, are there multiple ways to go or just one? Outside of leaving, if we wanted to continue forward, is there one direction or some other movement?
Yeah, right now these. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, these caverns are arranged in a way. Are they kind of like a honeycomb sort of situation where they all go off in different directions, or is it like this cavern obviously leads into this cavern, obviously leads into this cavern?
Right now, you can tell that there's a larger cavern up ahead, but not knowing much about the maw, right now you can either kind of turn around and leave, or you can keep going towards what appears to be, from the sounds that you hear and everything else, just a slightly larger cavern up ahead.
And the temperature in the cavern, it's pretty cool. It's not like a hot 98 degrees or anything, right?
No, it's not. But I feel what you're feeling, and I think that we're really in sync right now.
Excellent.
Sorry for tone. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So you are kind of in this kind of cavern. It's starting to descend, and you can see that there is a slightly larger cavern. The cavern, like I said, that you're moving through, the kind of tunnel-ish, is about 10 by 10 and about 15 feet tall. You can see that it opens up into something that's probably 20 or 30 feet across, maybe another 30 or 40 feet down this tunnel.
Okay.
Well, I guess we're going that way.
Yeah. This is
right.
far. Feel pretty good about our odds here.
I mean, the good news is none of us are kobolds.
True.
It's true. I guess.
You're not wrong. Okay, so as you move into this next space, the kind of entrance is only that kind of 10-foot tunnel, but it pretty quickly opens up into a kind of cavern that is about 20 feet high. It's a little taller. It has stalactites, kind of hanging down. And it's about 20 feet across, so it just kind of gently kind of opens up and out. There's some carvings on the wall. They're depicting what kind of look like winged beasts, but they're pretty they're pretty marked up. It looks like someone has either vandalized it or attempted to kind of eliminate this record. In the you guys are coming in from the west, so in the kind of corner just to your right, there's a small wooden box, and you can see kind of at the kind of end of this kind of 20-foot by 20-foot kind of cavern that opens up. It kind of shrinks back down into that kind of 10-foot by 10-foot by 15-foot tall tunnel, and kind of continues on to the east.
All right, this little box here is definitely a trap, right? Like that's for us to like stick our little fingers into and bite us or something. And, why would there just be a little box here?
Is it like an open box, or is it like got a little slot with a sign that says donations?
Just a small wooden box. You can see that it's sitting open. There's some kind of assorted objects in there. There's some shiny things.
Nothing that catches our eye, though.
I mean, there's something shiny looking in it, so it's for anybody that likes shiny things, yes.
There like footprints and stuff around it.
I don't know. Why don't you make me a perception check?
Sure.
Anybody who wants to check out the room can make me a perception check.
20.
22.
Orson?
I got a 24.
I got a 6.
Horton, you are
I got a
singularly focused on this small wooden box, and you can, with your sweet little owl eyes, recognize that the shiny looking thing looks like a dragon figurine. The rest of you are kind of like looking around at these kind of bas reliefs and kind of carvings into the wall, and you realize that there's something going on with the eyes of some of these figurines. Like, as you're like kind of looking around, you think that there is movement behind the eyes. Meanwhile, Horton is just flapping on over to check out and see what is going on at that sweet little box.
Yeah, and he'll totally pick up that dragon figurine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, look
All
what
right.
I found. He'll hold it up.
All right. So as you do that and kind of land on the box drops out from below you. I need you to make me a dexterity acrobatics check or an athletics check.
Not athletics. Just throw that out there with the -1. All right, I rolled a 3, so that's going to be a total of 6, but I have inspiration and I am going to use it.
That's a good idea.
Oh, much better. That is a 21.
All right. So you are able to you're trying to fly with this little trinket in your talons, and you're able to just kind of flap up a little bit, and you narrowly miss a kind of trap that's filled with spears and wooden spikes. And at that point, you hear the sound of clanking on the kind of walls of this cavern. It starts to echo from the tunnel that's continuing off to the east. And Highland and Fern, you notice that the eyes behind the wall disappear into darkness, and you hear the sound of small
some haunted
humanoid
house level shit.
steps running up and into your space. Horton, buddy, you did such a good job. Why don't you roll me a d6?
All right. That's a 1.
A 1. Awesome. Okay. So there's only one additional goblin in addition to 5 that pour out from that tunnel. I'd like everybody to roll me initiative.
No, buddy.
I
7.
have a 21, so just wasting my crit for initiative.
All right. So let's let me get it in the chat here. Or Horton, are you getting in the chat? Sorry.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Oh, what's up, 9?
Let's see. I got 12.
I have got 16.
And Highland, you had what?
7.
So. All right. What do we have for little goblins?
I have one. Let's put Goblin 2 at 11, and then Goblin 4 will be at 18.
Yep, that's great. Thanks for parsing that out wonderfully when I put returns in there.
Always my favorite. Okay, so let us rock and roll. All right, Fern, you are up.
Okay. Are they all coming in together? Are they coming in staggered? What's our goblin siege?
Yeah, I mean,
situation here?
it's they're coming out of a 10-foot tunnel.
Okay. What? You know, I'm just going to use this first turn to throw out Bless to y'all.
Ooh.
So you all have a d4 you can add to your attack roll or saving throw. And there are 3
Nice.
of you, so.
I like it. I like a bless. I'm a little froggy.
All right. Our other goblins, there's a group of 4 of them that come out first, and they are all going to make their attacks. And let's say we'll attack Becker and Highland, who look like the biggest. And so, hey, why not?
Why'd you do this?
So
I'm
2 attacks on each of you. That's not right. Oof. That's terrible. So they're going to come out and they'll be swinging, but they are not going to. They're not going to hit you, Highland. The other 2 are going to make an attack on you, Becker. They have little scimitars. One will miss, one will hit, and will hit you for.
What did it roll to hit?
It rolled a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that did.
Plus 4.
Damn.
Sorry.
Just checking.
So you'll take 6 slashing damage. All right. And then we have up next Becker.
Well, the one who just hit me, I'm going to return the favor.
All right.
24 to hit.
Woo. Yes, that's going to hit.
And that will be for 11 points of damage.
All right, that one is down.
And then I'm going to swing at the next one with my other hammer.
Okay,
23 to hit.
that will also hit.
For 7.
Yeah, describe how this all happens as you knock these two unconscious.
All right. I think in what we can assume is true Becker form, he's just going to do both hammers up and both hammers down in one simultaneous skull crushing.
Fair. Very good.
While loudly declaring, "Big mistake."
It certainly appears so. All right. Next up, we have Gordon.
All right. So there are the 4 that attacked, which are now 2, Highland and Becker. Are they all close together?
There's 2 of them on Highland. Becker was in front. Highland was behind him. I assume that you guys kind of filed out a little bit. So I would say that they're all within 10 feet.
Oh, perfect. All right. So Horton will cast Wither and Bloom, hopefully getting Becker within that 10-foot radius. So I need a con save from those 2 goblins that are left.
Okay.
And then Becker, if you would like to, since I saw you take damage, you can spend a hit die to regain hit points.
Ooh.
I have a nat 20 and a 6.
Gross and fail. So that's 2d6. The 20 will take half. That is 11 total damage.
So each takes 11?
Yeah. And then half for the one that succeeded with the 20.
Okay, so the one, describe what the Wither does to it.
So it takes what is this? Necrotic damage. So it kind of dries out and just falls over into a little husk.
Oof.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
So I'm going to say that the second one, one of its arms kind of starts to wither away, and it takes its scimitar and cuts it off before it can spread up into its body.
Oh, I didn't know they could do that.
Apparently that's the thing they can do.
Maybe they know something you don't.
I guess so. Turn.
All right, so coming up from... I'm sorry, Horton, did you want to do any movement or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So coming up from behind them are 2 large hobgoblins. You can see one has a... what looks very similar to the kobold skulls you saw earlier, hanging from around its neck as it runs in, and they are going to they are both going to come in and attempt to attack Becker, since Becker handed them their booty. All right. Wow, I'm rolling bad. That's 2 misses. Nailed it.
Perfect.
Okay, and then Gordon, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. That's an 8.
Remember, you have your bless if you haven't used it.
Oh, I do have bless. Let me get that D4 on here, so it'll be 9. Oh, 11.
So, Horton, you feel something prick you in the back, and you feel one of your wings just go kind of completely stiff. You can't, it's like, you can't move it. I love that Horton does this while he's in air, like Wile E. Coyote a couple times before he starts to kind of tailspin slowly down And you can
Aw.
make me a dexterity saving throw to see how hard you hit.
Oh, baby Horton.
That's a 9. I get a D4 on that. There's the 1. That's 10.
A 10. All right. So you're gonna take 2 piercing damage, and then you'll take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
Oh, buddy.
Ow.
It's like,
Horton.
Poor sweet boy. All right, Highland, you're up.
okay, gross. This is all really gross. You guys are monsters. We're all monsters. Highland is going to. How big is the pit?
Oh, the pit. That's a good question. Look at this. I was very happy with your inspiring moves with your light dude earlier. But let's also give you inspiration if you didn't have it. The pit itself is 15 feet deep and is about 5 feet in diameter and located pretty much in the center of the room.
Okay. Did Highland see what shot dart question mark at Highland or at Horton, or did that come from somewhere out of his field of view?
I think it probably would have been outside of your field of vision, just because you were concentrated on the goblins, even though they didn't end up hitting you.
All right. Highland will he will stand there and he'll pour his mug out in a circle on the ground, and it makes a little look cool, like bluey glowy, magical little circle, and he kicks. It splits into 2, and he kicks one over at the hobgoblin. Which one? They're both on Becker, right?
They are. Yep.
Yeah, on one of them, and then the one that hit him, let's say, and then he will kick the other one over to the pit, and he casts Vortex Warp. So I need a con save of 15 from that hobgoblin.
Holy crap! Oh, I'm rolling them natties, baby.
Roll it again.
No.
Roll it again.
You son of a-
Use my pit inspiration to drop him.
How about a 5 plus
That's better.
0?
I like it. So as the little magical Genensis circle floats under the hobgoblin, he sort of cartoon style like sinks down into it and pops up above the other one, and then I would assume gravity takes hold.
Yeah. All right. So he's going to fall 10 feet, I guess, if he's coming out of the space above. It's a 20-foot tall cavern. How far does it transport him?
I can transport him up to 90 feet.
Okay, so let's just say he kind of drops from the top. So roll 2d6, and let's see how much damage these boys are going to do.
2d6, okay. That's 10.
All right, so each of them is going to take 5 damage.
He can only move one of them.
Well, I know, but one's going to take falling damage, the other one's going to take bludgeoning damage. Are you not? I thought you were
he can only
them on top of him, and then that one was falling and hitting the other one. No.
Oh no, he can only move one person at a time. So
yeah. Are you not? I assumed that you were like this, and they were right here, and this one went zoop, and then he reappeared on top of the other one, so he would gravity takes hold, and then he falls on top of his buddy.
No. The hobgoblin falls into the pit.
Oh, into the pit. Oh, shit. Okay.
See, it's ethical because they made it themselves and tried to get us to fall into it.
Okay. All right. So, roll me 2d10 instead, then.
All right.
And I failed my saving throw.
All right. That's 13.
This hobgoblin gets horrifically skewered on what you can only assume is their own trap.
Sorry.
Not really, though.
Well, I'm pretty sorry. I feel bad. But they were also trying to kill me, so, you know, what are you going to do?
Not wrong.
That could have been me.
But it wasn't.
Could have been.
But also, if you hadn't tried to get that figurine, we wouldn't be in this mess. Just thoughts.
But it looks cool.
No, it's cool. I don't disagree. It's cool. I
We're
probably would have done the
disappointed
same
in
thing at
that
your
energy.
age. I'm just more wizard now. And then Highland will let me see. Highland will Highland will oh no, he's got a goblin on him, right? Highland will he'll sort of shift around so he's between the pit. This is dumb. It's very Highland. So he seems between the pit and the hobgoblin, the other hobgoblin, or
Okay.
both of them, depending on the angle. And then he will spend a sorcery point, 2 sorcery points to quicken minor illusion, and then he will minor illusion normal ground on top of the pit, and then he'll use. How far is he from the pit? We're pretty close to the pit, right?
Yeah, it's only 20
Well,
foot.
Yeah, it's not that big.
Diameter of the
Okay,
room's
so
20 feet.
Highland will use half his movement to disengage, and he'll like circle around. So he's like now the pit is between the hobgoblin and Highland, and he'd be like, "Come and get me, sucker, suck." And then that'll be his
Me
turn.
sucker, you suck. Oh, now you've done it. All right.
That's fighting words.
All right, back to the top of the pops. We haven't done this because I haven't been great about keeping up on it, but this is round 2, and so all 19s are going to be criticals for both you and for me now. We are in escalation, so keep that in mind on any rolls for everybody. This is a kind of a combat quickening, but also a kind of crit enhancing, so the stakes are a bit higher. Then they all chant, "You suck, you suck."
Boo.
right.
What is our current goblin-y layout right now?
There is a one hobgoblin left that has just been taunted a second time by Highland.
How far
there
away is he
is-
from us?
What's that?
How far away is he from us?
5 feet.
Okay. He's
7
like right
feet.
up there.
Yeah. Because you haven't moved from the kind of opening of the tunnel like into this, and
Right.
it's about 20 feet deep, and the pit's right in the middle. Highlands kind of in between the east tunnel and the pit, and then the hobgoblins between the pit and you.
Okay.
And then there's one other one-armed goblin that had some necrotic damage to it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move up to be closer to Becker because I'm gonna try to lightning lure this fool and then have Becker smash him.
Okay. Awesome.
So
The hobgoblin or the goblin?
The hobgoblin. He needs to do a strength save.
All right. The hobgoblin is going to be a 16 plus 1, so 17.
Where is my... Target with 16 on a strength saving throw will be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line towards you. Oh, Cool. And D&D Beyond is just going to freeze because why not?
Excellent. That's the good stuff.
So good.
Yes.
Does he make that strength save? We'll never know. Come
Nice.
on. Okay. Seriously.
Let's just assume that he does.
I don't know.
I think that a 17 is not terrible.
It's not.
So let's say he does save. What happens if he
That's
does
fine.
save?
I've got to log all the way out and log back in. D&D Beyond is
Okay.
like refusing to load my campaigns now, so. I'm
D&D
assuming a
Beyond.
17
You suck.
made it.
You suck.
It's true. Fuck you, D&D Beyond. Why? I mean, that was my turn. You guys can go ahead.
D&D Beyond, get at us, you know.
You suck. Okay, so after that, we've got our one lonely goblin left, who is going to see Horton incapacitated and sneer and start to come over to attack you. Horton does a 17 hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that a crit since I'm prone or no?
Well, you're not prone. You smooshed, but you're not. I wouldn't say that you're prone. I think that you were able to kind of land, but it was not. Let's say it was not a graceful landing.
Fair.
It's still going to do 1d10 plus 1 slashing damage. So let's see what we're looking at.
Come on.
Luckily, it's 4 slashing damage.
All right.
All right. So that is those goblins' turns. So now we are back to Becker. Becker, there is one goblin near you and a hobgoblin near you.
Since the hobgoblin is the bigger of the two, right?
That's true.
I am going to light into him. 24 to hit.
Yeah, 24 will hit.
That will be for 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And then a 21 to hit.
That will also hit.
For 8.
Tell me how you put this hobgoblin down.
I think this is nothing fancy. This is just hit with a hammer, hit with another hammer, dropped him. There's no end zone dance on this one. This is the I've been here before. Just walks it off, turns his attention to the next guy. And I'm going to use Action Surge.
Okay.
There's only the one goblin, the one-armed goblin left.
The one-armed goblin. Yep.
Okay. All right. So Becker is going to move on the remaining goblin, dropping his hammers, grabbing the goblin by the neck with one hand and shoving him into the ground while using his other to pull the arm up.
All right. Make me a opposing strength roll with my dude, and let's see how this pops.
20.
Would you believe a 5?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Fair. Yeah, you rip that left arm right off. And I mean, it's an arm party, I guess.
Yep. And as he does it, he yells, "Shuggy!"
Hey, we're all about the fan service.
We are about fan service, and we're about raising funds for Extra Life. extra-life.org. Search for Known World United. Make those donations. Support kids and their families. We're going to be streaming November 4th through the 6th right here on Known World United and all of our many, many myriad of channels. It's going to be great.
It's gonna be great.
True.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm more than happy to do a bounty on arms. If that gets dollars for kids, you tell me the amount, I will rack up the arms.
And just in any game Joel plays, arms get ripped off. Doesn't matter.
Well, I have some characters who are not arm ripping off capable.
But they can sure
But
try.
definitely with Becker.
Somehow last year there was a carjacking in like 3 of the games I ran. And one of them we were playing geese. So I don't know.
That's true story.
Makes sense.
It does.
Oh,
All right.
oh.
So there are a lot of badly injured, unconscious goblinoids here. Becker and Fern, I need you to make me perception checks.
Oh boy.
22.
19.
All right.
We're
So
really good at
you
perceiving things tonight.
recognize that the pit that existed in the middle of the room is still there. So do not walk into the pit unless you want to fall into the pit.
I was going to say that.
I like that we
Yes,
rolled
it's-
a
Yeah,
19 and like a whatever. What did you have, Joel? 16?
22.
Yes. So we had a 22 and a 19, and that got us don't fall in the fucking pit.
It's so important.
I mean, that's
it was
pretty
a
useful.
I'll
perception
take it.
check. It was
It is.
very
It's good-
specific.
It's good perception.
I'm happy to take it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Highland.
I mean, you could have been like, "Oh, Highland, Horton, are you okay?" and like ran towards them, and it fell into the pit. It would have been bad news bears. Nobody
I-
needs 2d10 piercing damage.
I mean,
Highland-
would it be
Becker's
less
just gonna-
since? Would it be less since there's a hobgoblin in there?
Drake your fall.
No, by then he's
They just deflate.
Not wanting to leave things messy, Becker is going to start chucking the other bodies into the pit.
Oh, God. Becker, what? Man, this is fucked
But
up.
the
Man.
room was clean before we got here.
You tore that guy's arm off. What is the thing with you and arms? What is that? Is that something we need to be aware of and concerned about, Becker? The
No, it's
random rending of limbs, buddy?
It's not random. It's in service to the children.
What are you talking about?
Look,
someone
don't
think of the children.
What are
Yeah,
you talking
don't-
about?
Yeah,
don't
well,
persecute my faith.
Your faith is to tear arms off people?
I mean,
Hey,
yeah, among
Everybody
other
worships in
things.
different ways.
Okay, well, I am not stopping you. I don't think I could stop you from practicing your faith, but I
No,
can
he'd rip your arms off.
I can again let you know that your faith is fucked up. That's fucked up, dude. That aspect of your faith is really, really like they should examine that.
I mean, he was
Problematic.
attacking Horton.
No, I know, but like you don't have to tear it's the tearing of like
He
The
can't
tearing.
attack Horton when he's got no arms.
Just
I mean, he's not wrong.
I mean
What if
technically
he got really good at kicking?
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
well,
I just,
then we know what's going next.
I just feel like, it feels really
I
like
think Becker just leaves torsos wherever we go now.
I feel like it feels really extra for like folks that we don't really have any like huge personal grudge against. They're just like, hey, you're in our house or whatever, and
I mean, yeah, but
defend
is it worse than dropping somebody on a bunch of spears?
They made that.
It's fine because they made that.
They made that.
They made that. I don't know. I thought maybe they'd be good at like not getting the spears in them because they built it, but there I go overestimating people again.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Really
it's like it's like sometimes we have to fight for our lives, and sometimes bad things happen, and that is all understandable. I get that that's the sort of like adventuring thing, but it's just the like it's the extra, it's the extra, for me. That I'm struggling with that personally, and I'm letting you know as a travel companion that it grosses me out, man. That's
well,
all.
I mean, it's not every time. I mean,
I'm telling you,
times.
it's been like
times.
it's like been like 2 days. It's
And
like
they were
3
far
in
apart.
2 days. That's like
it was
3 in 2 days.
2 in like weeks.
Has it been weeks? It's been like months.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time. The last time it happened, we were still in Drakewind. We were still on campus.
We're still in Drakewind Ma, so we're
I mean, that's
in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Same area code, whatever that is. And I'm just letting you know, like with this travel buddy to travel buddy, like if you could maybe chill on the gross dismemberment, that would be nice.
I mean, clearly I can't promise anything, but I'll try.
I appreciate that, and more arms to the arm god or whatever, I guess, in the meantime.
I mean, I care about sick children. I'm surprised that that's not a thing in your world, but that's okay.
Maybe sometime, not right now, we can sit down and talk about how those two things correlate within your faith, because that I think would be an enlightening and enriching discussion. For now, I don't quite get it, but yeah, like I mean, I agree that you should help sick kids in ways, but there, as with anything, there are maybe limits. I don't know, man. I don't have all the answers, dude. I'm just vibing here over this bit of parts. Also, like you can't really like get on me about making someone fall into their own pit and then you throw everybody else into the pit. Like, optics, dude. Duder.
I mean, I'm tidying up. Would you just have us leave the bodies strewn about?
Like you mean are you asking me if I wouldn't have killed the ones that might not have been dead yet? Yeah, I probably wouldn't have.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they were all dead.
I don't know.
Also, I'm making the pit safer.
Did you try CPR?
On the monsters that attacked us? No.
That's clerical practical resuscitation.
I'm not that kind of cleric.
Okay, well, not all clerics do mouth stuff, I guess. All right.
Fern,
yes.
I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. Horton, Highland, Becker, I need you to make me dexterity saving throws at disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage.
That's the opposite of advantage.
Truth.
7.
Oh.
I got 10.
So I rolled a natural 20, but I also rolled an 18. So 21.
Buddy, it's rough.
Yeah, I got lucky.
And Becker.
So if I would normally roll this with advantage, does that mean I just roll it normally?
No, you guys are involved in a fairly spirited conversation that you are caught quite unawares of this due to the I would say the enthusiastic, impassioned case that you are making after having rendered someone's arm literally.
All right. All right. Okay. All right. Well, the original roll was a 7, but since I have to roll with disadvantage,
Okay.
a 4.
Okay. Horton, you're kind of like trying to shake your arm back out, and just like Highland and Becker are sitting there like having this conversation, kind of being real spirited, and all of a sudden you just see Fern crumple, and then you see Becker crumple, and then you see Highland crumple, and they are out cold.
Oh no!
Oh, this isn't good at all.
And I'd like you to make me a perception check.
Let's see where that darn sugar is. 14.
Horton, you hear more sounds similar to what you heard before of goblinoids kind of racking their spears or other weapons on the side of the limestone tunnel that seems to be coming from where the hobgoblins and goblins came. And we'll find out what happens to everyone next time on a wonderful, wonderful edition of Drakewind Falls. We'll take a short break and have everybody come back for a little Behind the Falls. We'll catch up. It's been a hot spell. I'm sure we got some sweet, sweet questions, and maybe we'll have some sweet, sweet joiners. Who knows? But hang around. We'll be back in
The next time when Horton fights a bunch of goblins solo.
Hey, yeah, we'll be back in just a few seconds there.
Do you feel like a champion? Do you worry that you don't look like a champion? Try Enhancement Talent Clothing and Gear. At our state-of-the-art facility, you'll find wall art. Not one, not two, but a spectacular 3 cats. This thing. Top-of-the-line sewing equipment that Enhancement Talent has used to make Enhancement Talent Clothing and Gear. Let us take you to the top of the card.
Hey, for everybody who's here hanging out, that's bonus bean footage. You know, everybody loves the bean footage. You know, I think there was a very spirited and healthy debate that was well worth getting shot in the neck for.
Super good, thanks guys.
Horton, you are so resilient, buddy. I'm proud of you. 1 paralyzed wing and 3 unconscious buddies. This is your time to shine.
Bearing down on you.
Yeah, I have 6 spells to knock out all those goblins. We'll see what happens.
Oh, hey. What's up? Hello, everybody coming over from Dave's channel, Heel Turn channel. What's up? We just wrapped up. You just missed some bean footage. Maybe we'll throw some bean footage at the end. But yeah, we just fought a bunch of hobgoblins and goblins, and we ended episode 15 with Fern, Becker, and Highland getting shot by some tranquilizing darts. They're all asleep, and our little owl and bunny is hanging tight, which is real nice. We've traveled deeper into Drakewind Maw. I don't know what do you guys think about the? I mean, there was arms ripped off, so you know everybody had a good time. Mm-hmm. Thank you to Shaggy for the donation to Extra Life. I know a lot of the people that are on know that you know we raise money every year for children's specialty healthcare here in Minnesota. And oh hey, we just so happen to have our amazing plaque from last year.
Nailed it. Perfect.
Thanks.
Hey,
Thanks, Warrior.
Hey, Beard, on that very clear, whatever it was. What direction is north?
I'm gonna murder you. It's right here, baby.
That's better.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Last year raised $15,000 for the kids. Yeah, not too shabby. So definitely read that. Thanks, Super Spike. Yeah. Mitch says I found some nerds for you, Beard. Thanks.
Reminds
Oh,
me of
hey, awesome. And Zach. Wow, everybody's in the chat.
Look at that.
This is fun stuff. Why
All of
can't I add his thing? Can you guys hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah,
Yep.
we can. Yeah, it's like that. other
Literally
time
not
in the
letting me
episode
show,
where you're like, what's going
comments.
on? And we're like, nothing. We're playing D&D.
My apparently ability to click on things is not working right now. So
No, I mean we can see the things you're clicking in chat.
Do you have all your
oh,
arms?
you can
Yeah.
coming up.
Yeah, they're coming up.
Yes.
Yeah, not
Highlighted-
changing at all.
Highlighted Zach's thing like 4 times.
Sorry, gang. Operator error. That's me.
Do you have all your arms, or
Oh yeah. I mean,
Oh,
these are just stumps, dude.
I mean, it can
Shaky
affect
paid the
that.
money, so I let Joel rip my arms off on stream live. Y'all should have been here. You
that's
can
our
see
actual
Dave
finale
and Matt
this year.
pop sockets back in on action figures, or you can see us live ripping arms off of one another. think about that next Tuesday. Well,
I don't know if the
Okay.
two
link that
Tuesdays from
Zach
now.
sent through actually showed up. You might want to put that in the chat. I think it was the Extra Life survey link.
Did it pop
Oh,
back up
probably.
now?
Yeah, but
Fair.
the chat is or the link is 3 asterisks.
Oh, I don't know if I can change that right now. I think that we.
I
Have
mean,
to
if you
change
just
that.
have the link, I'm sure it's just the survey
We can,
link. Just drop
we-
that link into the chat too.
Okay.
Yeah, and we can put it on the Twitter.
Yeah, we'll put it out. We'll put it out on the Twitter as well. Antagonist Relations, Zach is one of our lovely coordinating crew, S tier folks. Also, Fern's betrothed, which is nice. We're all family here. When you
It's true.
Oh,
We're not all
Alrighty.
family here. James just left.
Oh shit!
You're
He's
all-
our absentee father.
I'm shocked. It's shocked that we're still here since he's right.
I really would have thought that we would have been. Are any of us going to be able to let him back? Maybe he can let himself back. I guess we'll find out.
We
yeah,
own
he went
the
to get
chat.
milk, right? It's fine.
Yeah, he went to get milk, probably.
He'll be back.
Milk. He
He'll
loves
be
milk.
back.
He
Just
went
a
to
good
the
old
corner
glass
store
of
to get a
vitamin D,
pack of cigarettes.
whole milk.
I mean, maybe his tea was ready. I guess that's more appropriate.
Oh,
Sure.
oh no.
Speaking of tea, let's all talk about it. It's back. Let us know how everybody feel. Hmm.
You do
I'm not
something.
gonna.
We don't know what to do.
We can ask each other questions. This is not beyond our skill set, right?
Ken, I have a question for Joel / Becker. What do the kids do with all those arms?
Yeah. What do the kids do with all the arms?
Mm. Mhm.
They high five each other.
See, the arms.
They just run around. Just
The arms are good for kids. The arms are more sacrificial to get God to provide for the sick children.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Right,
on
'cause
its
you're-
own needs more arms.
Because this is a religious thing.
And if you think about it, that's not that bad because most religions ask you to sacrifice children.
Is that a most?
This is
Is that a
just
most?
arms to help children.
Is it?
That's
What
like
year is
way
it?
better.
Is it BC right now? BC. I don't know. A lot happened today. It could have randomly gone back to BC. They keep trying to like open up weird sarcophagi and stuff. They're like,
Oh, it's bad.
they keep like, we found a like, the skeleton of a woman with a weird gold eye who cursed demons in her life. And anyway, we're gonna like pop it out and roll it around. We're gonna play marbles with it. And it's like, fuck, do not. It's Jesus, man.
Read the room, yeah.
How's the milk?
Oh, hi.
Hi, how's the milk? Is it good? It's good milk.
No idea. Sure. Great.
Okay. The consensus in chat was that you had gone to get milk.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I decided to come back with a Shasta cream soda instead.
Oh,
Okay, that's the milk of sodas.
Yeah.
It's got cream in it.
Does.
The word cream, creme.
Crap.
Nope, just carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, potassium benzoate, citric acid, caramel color, artificial flavor, and sucrose.
Yeah, but I mean, milk is mostly water. So
Yeah. This game allows you to disappear. Yeah,
we
I
were
was
also
just, like,
debating on whether or not you'd be able
monologue.
to get back in. So
Yeah, we were like, if
You're
you're
like,
the one hosting the stream, but it
he let
didn't kick
himself
us,
back in.
can you come back?
Now we know. We learned something.
We did. It's a learning
Things
experience for
happen, man.
everybody.
So what I miss, gang?
We mostly were conjecturing about milk, and
Yeah,
then
where you
we
went.
Were and then we were discussing. Becker was discussing how the torn off arms help the children. He was saying some spooky shit about his weird god, and then he made the bold claim that most religions sacrifice children. At which point we had a conundrum about whether or not we were in AD or BC now, because it's like feels like it's 2022, but like that was probably true in like 2000 BC maybe, and I don't know. And then you came back.
Or just 2000. Like shit pre 9/11 was crazy.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
do whatever you wanted
Yeah.
at the airport specifically.
You can take pocket knives on airplane.
Yep,
True
they
story.
would give you a grenade.
You
They
could
would be like,
wear
"Take this thing."
shoes through security. Crazy.
Yep.
Yes, super spike. F them kids. Most religions.
But really now you can pay like $85 a year to not take your shoes off, and isn't that better somehow?
That makes sense.
No one who gets TSA pre-check would have a
This
shoe
is
on.
a pre 9/11 grenade right here.
Oh, it's got little rubber bands on it. Is that holding it together, or
Yep. Yeah.
So
It's
it doesn't
just
explode.
Yeah.
no? It's good. I mean, it's good.
My brother did that. I was like, it's decommissioned, dude. Nothing.
Yeah.
No better links. I don't think
bet-
they'll put links.
I bet if you post it as Known World United, it will probably let you have the
Oh,
link
maybe.
because you're a mod or the owner or whatever.
Okie dokie. Let me try that.
Somebody better take this damn survey if we're going through all this work.
This is true.
Everyone's hot for it now. They're like, what's the survey?
Oh man,
I
wait
want to
to
see
see
the
the
fucking
survey.
survey. I want to take this so bad.
Oh, a survey. Oh, what? A survey? Oh.
Survey, but no one said, hey,
Arby's wanted me to take a survey too, but Arby's can go fuck themselves. I'm taking this survey.
Can we add one question to the survey?
They have the
Just-
meats, but this channel is arms for the children.
Yeah.
That sounds not like guns, like dismembered
Just actual arms.
arms.
Mhm.
Yeah, not figurative arms, like literally arms. The body.
I still like my
High-fiving.
theory that the children use them to high five each other.
me too.
It's wholesome.
I
I
just
mean, it's
think
as wholesome as you can be with that, I think.
That's what I would do with a bunch of dismembered arms. So
Reach things off tall shelves.
yeah, pretend like they're clapping.
All right. Here we go, gang.
Here we go. Everybody ready?
I didn't
Good
even rip off two
Good work.
arms. It was just
You did it!
Boom!
Go here, my friends. It's there. It's real.
Link keeps asking me if I'm lonely and want male enhancement pills.
I mean-
Sorry, Mexi.
So good. take the survey, come play with us. We're running a wild variety of games this year. Zach's running a vampire game. There's gonna be Alien. I'm running a game where you play a bunch of adventuring grannies.
That one's sick. I'm super pumped for that.
I'm so jazzed.
We're gonna have a
Rainy
Drakewind. We're gonna have a Drakewind episode. I think we're gonna do. I think Ben's gonna do a prep school on Sunday, like kind of a recap, kind of like a like Olympics coverage, ongoing coverage of where we're at for fundraising and everything. Have some people drop in. We're gonna do some wrestling stuff on Sunday. We have never really done that for this, but we're gonna have some people on for interviews. Probably play some wrestling centric games. So if you're into that. We got Worldwide Wrestling, which Ben actually contributed some stuff to the second book of. It's going to be, that's good. They say James Wheeler is a sponsored referral. Hey, dude, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
What are we doing? We're going to do a whole ass murder mystery, which was delightful last year.
That was one of, I think, the high points for me.
So good.
I also shaved my beard for it, so, you know.
True story.
It's wild.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, and I did it in between sessions. I think we were doing basic witches, and then I ran out. We finished that. And I went and like shaved everything except for like my mustache, and I give it a good old twirl.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah, it's gonna be surf ball. It's gonna be everything. You know. So there's going to be 2 rats dancing the tango, and, you know, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, play rock, paper, scissors, me, daddy ass.
Yeah.
And we made Ryan say blue titty on the stream last.
What?
Remember that?
What?
Gotta pay
His
for that.
car was called like the Blue Pit or something, and he like not even thinking about it said blue titty, and all of us like lost it like we were children.
Mm-hmm.
We had to have like a 5-minute break of just like everybody regaining composure.
It was good stuff.
Beautiful.
It sounds like.
Yeah, there were some good costumes last year. It's good stuff. Highly recommend. We also can play with up to like 25 people. So
Yeah, we'll have like a.
I think we had like 11 last year.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
It's great. It's very fun.
I think there's going to be a Star Wars game.
There's going to be a Star Wars game.
There's
The
gonna be a Star Wars
finale of the trilogy, part 5 of 3. And starting next week, we will be releasing episodes 1 through 4 of the Scum and Villainy bounty hunting game that we've been playing. So
it'll happen.
It'll never end. It's an ongoing.
Wait till you see what these
You did
monsters.
miss out.
Wait till you see what these monsters do to me.
Yeah, we do that a lot. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So we're gonna start making some announcements as we go along, and yeah, as the almighty Zach helps to formulate the schedule with his crystal balls. We will see what comes up. Hey, he needs more than one. Chrissy, there's a lot of things to balance. You know, you're gonna do stuff. Star Wars 3.9999556667744. Yes, of 3. That's very, very true. We almost got it in on a technicality this week, but we
really
ended
close.
up having to punt because I was going to be on Star Wars Fast and Furious.
Not wrong.
Not wrong. We'll see. I have to rewatch that, but I've been working on some assets for it, and I think these will be a lot of fun. So keep lookout here on Known World United for those. Those will be popping up on our YouTube, doing some premieres with that, and on our socials. 2 stars, 2 wars. Yeah, baby.
That's what I wanted
I don't
to
know.
call it. Despite
Any other thoughts from you guys? Game tonight or upcoming Extra Life stuff? Anything you're super pumped for? Anybody on? Anybody?
I mean, we are extra lifing from like Friday afternoon till Sunday evening. So
There'll be something for everybody.
drop in and play whatever. Drop in and watch whatever.
Yeah, I'm just ready
Yeah.
to end Drakewind Falls once I get murdered and everyone's still sleeping. So let's see what we play after that.
Aw.
Oh, buddy, you won't get murdered.
But we have like 500 years of history we can go to. You know, plenty more Drakewind
There's
Falls.
so many
to-
random NPCs we created that you could just
Like,
It will be fine.
if any D&D character I've ever had is a sleepwalker.
Fair.
I love it. All right.
Yeah, we haven't actually talked about this session at all yet. So,
Well,
No, we really haven't. I mean,
if you wanted to do that,
I would love to. We got 14 minutes left in our 2-hour block, and we got 12 people. We got lots of people in the chat. Yeah, let's give them what they came for. Drakewind Falls. Definitely not talking about ripping arms off. Remember, $25 does equal arms ripped off. Shaggy did it tonight. Arms were ripped.
Also,
true,
now
yeah.
that we know that we can put a price on that,
Yeah.
I'm going to encourage anybody who tunes in during Extra Life to donate so much money for me to rip arms off of opponents that James is forced to name the episode A Farewell to Arms.
I'll do that. Hey, if people come through with funds for the kids, there's very few things that we have not done on stream or found some funny ass way to accommodate. And listen, I mean, to me, I think that we've done so much good over the last 8 years that I'm really looking forward to this year. Got some fresh faces. We're doing some fun new stuff. Dave's going to be streaming 24 hours like live from a comic convention. We're going to do crazy ass, wrestling stream stuff, kind of picking up from his stream to continue the marathon on Sunday. So Ben and I are going to run, King and I are going to run a Known World United Open on Saturday, in which we will be DMing identical kind of series of adventures that teams can sign up for and compete to become the Known World United inaugural Cup champions. Think Thunderlock Bar Crawl on like interdimensional steroids. I think good.
So
Really
like, the Thunderlock Bar.
What's that? So like
the Thunderlock.
Like Thunderlock Bar Crawl, yeah.
Yeah. The Mayor-thon. Just a lot of John Mayer talk.
A lot of John
No, it's
Mayer.
just going to be 24 hours. It's going to be the Mayor-thon. It's just going to be 24 hours of me shitting on Jacob Fry. It's going to be great. I
Wow.
love it. I can do it. I have so
every day.
many
That's
things
every
to
day.
gripe about.
We've been living
We'll make
that.
so much
Yeah.
money for the kids on his dumbass. I would love that. That's someone $20. Rip his arms off.
Dang, son.
Then beat him with it.
Thought that'd be free.
Please.
Why not raise some money for the kids to do it too?
Fair.
Griff is going to be on with Dave at some point.
Sweet.
Hell yeah. Get a computer and your phone and watch both. Hell yeah. Always let the Becker win. I do like that. I also love that at some point Joe was just like, F it. Bernie Sanders and the Millennium Falcons is my background for every game.
It is.
I remember the first time like you came on Drakewind with that after we played Star Wars, and I was like, I wonder if he's going to change that.
No,
So
this is my happy place now.
I think that's fair.
I like
Checks out. Checks out. So yeah, I don't know. How did going into the mod work out for everybody?
I mean, I think we could argue that it worked out really well until we all got like poison darted.
It was going pretty well until then, yeah.
Yeah, and I got a dragon idol. I didn't fall into the pit.
True.
Yeah, I was just rolling a dice as you guys were continuing to talk and escalate about ripping arms off. And I figured like I was gonna make it real hard, but I was like, eventually if they just yell loud enough, goblins are gonna be like, what the hell is going on up there? That does not sound like goblins.
Yeah. I mean, this is the first time it's happened where we didn't have to immediately flee, so it felt like a good time to bring
But I
it up.
like it in
Just
Spanish
to
side,
like,
which
you know, I mean, I figure like it's before, like it's the equivalent of like, the weird D&D equivalent of like a real world, like, hey, you ate my peanut butter, piece of shit, like conversation. It's like, hey, buddy, like if we're gonna be in this together, like if we're on this journey as a whole, right? So like, it grosses me out when you tear people's arms off, and it makes me a little bit worried about my own safety and the safety of those around me. So if you could like not, that would be dope. Thanks, buddy. Cool. And then the confessional's like, that guy is a psycho.
You gotta get real.
It was only one arm, and it wasn't yours. You're perfectly fine.
3 arms.
No,
3.
only one tonight.
3.
And
One
I
pair,
pulled it from someone
one
who
half
already chopped off his own arm, proving
That's true.
he does not care about his arms in the first place.
Well, that arm was ruined and gross.
Yeah,
If you
so
had-
technically,
If you had like a weird raisin arm, would you cut it off, or would you like do that thing where you're like, well, I guess eventually I'll like sleep on it weird enough that it just sort of falls off? Like that's worse, right? Like self-care to cut off your raisin arm.
I'm just making sure everybody else is safe.
I think it's sweet.
Yeah. As I
But
Oh man. Well, I like her. Like, we didn't talk about the episode. It's another 5 minutes of arm.
I mean,
arm
in the
conversation.
grand
that's a significant
not
moment in the
all that
episode.
much happened in this episode.
Yeah, if you didn't get a chance to watch, go back and check out the episode.
The
well
lesson,
worth it.
yeah, the lesson for this episode is if you walk
Don't eat his
into-
peanut butters.
right? Is if you walk into a big room in a cavern that has skulls on pikes outside of it, and there's a box with shiny stuff in it in the middle of the room, and the very chill Minotaur says, like, hey, I bet that's a fucking trap. It's a fucking trap. That, just listen to your pal Highland. He knows. He's like, I'm new to this shit. Like, I'm not like an expert, but like, come on, that's like, here's a shiny box for some reason in the middle of the cave. Like, don't.
Yeah. Just
I'll buy
walk
you
into
a
that
Drake.
Could be limestone cave and yell, "That's my purse. I don't know you."
Could.
Which I found out that my Sarah has a banner that is felt with that on the banner,
That's
and we
lovely.
hung
I
it in our home. And I have declared that is our new home motto.
Mhm.
I love that.
I feel like I've had enough of like both a childhood growing up where it was like the Halloween, like stick your hand in the mystery box. Plus, I've seen Dune, and I just feel like I don't need to go sticking my hand in boxes. Like, it's not gonna end well.
It's gonna
It might be
be.
unpeeled grapes. It might be unmeasurable pain. You don't know, but either way,
You don't want it.
you
It's dicey.
don't want it.
I don't know. Horton doesn't know any better.
That's true.
Yeah.
He just saw a cool little idol thing, and maybe it's magic. Who knows? We'll find out.
Then we did.
If you live,
Actually, we don't know if it's magic or not yet. Actually, we didn't
yeah,
find
it might literally just be like a trash.
Maybe the last thing you can do before you're killed by a marauding
Cast
swarm of
Identify.
goblins is cast identify.
No,
Oh.
that'll be after I cast Rhymes Binding Ice, and then they're all stuck in some ice for a while.
Hmm.
Well, look at the big brain on Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Gordon.
Oh, Gordon.
Gordon, close enough. Nice to meet you.
We also
I was kind of hoping that it was going to be Frank's skull just so we could deal with like the logistics of how it was Frank's skull.
How they did
Just
that
wait until
that
the
fast,
twisted
yeah.
Frank haunts you guys.
Oh,
That's
man.
okay, because I think Highland can make Afterlife Frank poop his pants.
I can probably trick Ghost Frank. Yeah, that's true.
Cast Speak with Dead.
Or I could just
I like
not
the
do
idea that
it, and then he
Ghost
can't
Frank
bother
is
me.
Light Buddy now.
That's fucked up.
We all miss him.
That's right. Frank will be back again someday.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you donate $1,000 to our extra life,
Frank's part of our party
What my
now.
Christmas episode is this year.
Well,
It's just a Frank-themed episode.
Frank will appear prominently in the Extra Life Drakewind Falls episode.
I would like the Christmas episode to just be like Frank's like QVC hour of like holiday gifts for the family.
Yes. Things for your friends. Stays at Frank's Villa.
Frank's B.
Yes. I
No,
have a lovely
he-
assortment of leftover arms.
For breakfast.
Carefully preserved. Good for eating. Good
Yeah.
for back scratching.
Yeah, because he's got arms.
Free delivery to Frank's secret stash.
Frank.
Also,
What is life?
we learned a lesson on ethics today. We learned that if you make a pit and someone puts you into that pit, isn't that more a statement about you for having made the pit?
I think so. I also
Just the
like the end
universe
of being
writing
the dumpster.
Like, I bet if that hobgoblin survives, he won't go making more pits.
I mean, he got other hobgoblins and goblins dumped on him, so I don't.
Well, I didn't
I
do
don't
that.
think. Yeah.
Cosplay Drakewind Falls for Extra Life.
That's a tall order for some of us, and a much
that's-
shorter
that's-
order for others.
Like a lot for
That's a-
angles.
That's a lot. That's a big commitment for some of us.
Just
I
put the
do have an
picture in
owl
front
bear
of you.
costume that Horton
Right, I
borrowed.
feel like all you need to do is get one little like clip-on ring
You can pretend
and
this
do
is
this, and then just get like paper towel rolls.
Oh,
you
so
just-
you're not saying good
Run in.
cosplay, just cosplay.
Yeah, I didn't say this is.
I don't
It's
even
not
need.
like production level, critical role stuff. You just said cosplay Drakewind Falls. I mean, we argue about ripping arms off. I'm not expecting the world. I'm expecting
I have. Look, not all of us have lowered expectations. I have high expectations of myself. Also, I would only need really like one toilet paper roll and then like a little bit of another toilet paper roll. So maybe though, maybe I'll make that a donation instead of maybe I'll like if you donate if I reach a certain goal by that whatever day it
Halloween.
is, maybe.
If we reach a certain goal by Halloween, I think that's what it should be. We should all dress up.
Okay, but I want people to donate to me. So donate to me for that incentive.
You
Donate to me
I
primarily
spirit of
for that.
Halloween. Story got horns. So, well, everybody will set their things. Let's go around before we wrap up real quick. Since we only got a couple minutes, and let's do socials. Let's make sure that we got everything going on. So, Nate, take it away. baby.
All right. I am Nate. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at CubicleZombie. And then you can also find me not next Monday, but the Monday after that, the 24th, on this very channel, playing Down in Outlands, where I am a lovely Otterkin rogue warlock. And then the following Tuesday, more Drakewind Falls.
More Drakewind Falls, baby. All right. We're here.
Yeah. Oh man, it's been so long since I had to follow Nate directly. Anyway, I'll be in all those things that Nate said. I play on Down in Outlands. I play a dead gnoll named Akko who's thriving in the afterlife, and I also play a precocious GIF superhero child named Monty, who's delightful. But he says it myself, and I do. Outside of that, you can sometimes catch me streaming on my own Twitter channel or Twitch channel, twitch.tv/warriormn. Otherwise, you can find me over at the Free Forge. Check out thefreeforge.com for more information. Join the Discord. If you do join the Discord, coming up on Sunday, October 23rd, I will be in a charity game we're playing, the TTRPG Sunken, which is a kind of like spooky, piratey, like, I don't know, that you're supposed to die, or you'll probably die. So it's a different vibe than usually what I play, but it should be cool. We are raising money for NAIM. It's NAIM. You can check them out as well. So there will be other stuff on the Free Forge, both the Discord and the Twitch channel, all that week. But October 23rd, Sunday, from whatever time I said to 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come get it.
I'm Christy. You can find me at Lady Christy K on Instagram and at Lady Christy on Twitter. I'm pretty much only streaming here, but we'll be around for 3 whole days during Extra Life. So take the survey, sign up to play stuff. When signups come up in the next couple of weeks here, we are offering a wide variety of games, lots of different fun stuff, lots of stuff for if you are not super into TTRPGs, but you want to try murder mystery, or we stream board games and just all sorts of stuff. So come hang out, raise money for sick kids.
Woo!
Woo!
And I don't know what to tell you about finding me, because like I'm still trying to find myself. So I don't know how to help you with that, but
Like Mixie said, to see the pits in life, you must first see the pits in yourself.
yeah. But you could see a bunch of things that I draw and or paint on various socials under @fingertwitchings on Instagram, Twitter, here on Twitch if I get my butt in gear and start streaming artwork again. If you would like, prior to Extra Life, to, I don't know, let's say for the sake of argument, you really wanted to know what Frank looks like.
Oh,
Like a $50 donation with a note that says, draw Frank, and that's going to happen. And it will go up as quickly as I have it done so that you can regale yourself with the image of a man with one bead.
I think good. I think I'm way good. And hey, I'm James. I'm your Drakewind for this game. You can find me on Twitter at BeardWalks, Instagram at Up Your Architecture. You can visit us here at Drakewind Falls every other Tuesday and learn more about when we'll be streaming, what's going on, links to socials, links to Extra Life fundraising pages on Twitter at Known World Unite and Drakewind. As always, we are playing in a setting, Drakewind Falls, that we created using the amazing game Microscope, created by Ben Robbins. You can find him at lamemage.com and follow him on Twitter at lamemage below. And we'll be back in 2 weeks on the 25th of October, the week before Extra Life. So we're going to have a really great sandwich. We're going to have lots of Drakewind Falls for you coming up after having a bit of time off. Thanks to everybody in the chat that stopped by. Hey, come get it. Come get it, gang. We'll be back here in 2 weeks. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.